Visuals are a very important part of a report. By creating visuals, you can easily clarify the complex details within your data. A large amount of data can be condensed and can be simplified and can be very easily understood by the reader when it is presented in form of visual aids. uh, we can make the numerical data very meaningful. For example, if you're presenting the sales of a company across different years in forms of the bars, the length of the bars uh, easily in one glimpse tell the reader that in which year they had the highest sales and whether their sales are decreasing or increasing over the period of time. If we look closely into the data, we can even get the details, but the first visual glimpse make it easier for us to understand what exactly the numbers mean. Now, there are different types of graphic aids that can be used. So we'll just go through a few. First one is about the tables. Tables can help you put the information logically and into the grids, which can be easily read. Then we can also use bar charts. Generally, we use bar charts when we want to compare the numerical value of different data, or we want to show the trend of the number, like how it is behaving over time. Is it growing? Is it declining? What exactly is happening to the numbers over the period of time? We can also represent our data through the line chart. Now, line chart is purely used to show the trends. It means the behavior of a particular number or particular variable over a period of time. For example, if you want to show the rate of inflation, how it behaved from 1990 till now, you can use a line chart to do that. We can use a pie chart to show the proportions. Like, let's say if you have sales coming from four different products, you might use a pie chart to show that how much sales is coming from each sector or each department within the company. Another important part related to pie chart is that when you're giving a complete set of information, that's only when you should use pie chart. We never use pie chart for subsets. Now, you can also use flowchart when you want to show working of a particular machine, or you want to show how work is done. That's when you use the flowchart. Uh, you can use photographs, maps, or illustrations. The block diagrams of your circuits, these are all included in this area. You might also want to use some other form of visual aids, which we have not discussed here, but these are the ones that we most commonly use. Now, there are some important things that you must keep in mind while you are making these visual arts. You should also always make sure that whatever you are presenting within your visual art, it is not ethically incorrect. You're always ethical in your actions. So make sure that when you present your visuals, they give the clear picture of the data. You're not making the reader deceived by the information that you're providing. Don't highlight, don't maximize, or you could say don't minimize the data. uh, Choose the scales that would bring out the correct information visually. Do not exaggerate your data. If two things are occurring simultaneously, it doesn't always mean that one is the cause and the other is the effect. It can only just be a coincidence that the two things are happening together. So you always have to keep in mind that you are not unethical while you're presenting your data. Now, you can have a look at these three charts here. All three charts are giving the same information, but because we have a very large, you could say, x-axis in figure 2, it seems as if the change in the data is not much. But if you look at the figure 3, the vertical axis is quite big as compared to the horizontal axis. So it seems as if there have been very huge changes, sharp movements within the data, advertising expenses. But if you look at the figure 1, it's very quite normalized, and it shows that neither the changes were sharp nor they were too shallow. They were moving on in an average pace. So it's you who can judge that what kind of scale you need to choose for your x-axis or y-axis, whatever your choice is. Make sure that you are not losing ethics.